All right, today we're going to be talking about Elementor Hosting myth that you still believe. So let's get into it. So let's get to the first one, and I think it's very important because I've seen it all over the place mentioned, and that is that it is too expensive. That is false, and let's see why. At first glance, Elementor Hosting might seem more expensive than other more traditional hosting providers, but let's break it down and let's see what you get for the price. So number one, Elementor Pro is included. You don't have to pay separately for Elementor Pro, which already costs $59 per year for a single site. Just one site. Next is the premium performance. Unlike budget hosting providers that share resources with hundreds of sites, Elementor Hosting runs on Google Cloud's infrastructure, offering more stability and more speed, which we all want, right? It has built-in security and backups. For daily backups, there's no charge. So there are automatic updates and security patches. There's pre-configured CDN and caching. And as you know, many hosts charge extra for CDN or server level caching. But Elementor Hosting includes Cloudflare enterprise-grade CDN, making your site load faster worldwide. It's also scalable. Unlike shared hosting that can slow down during traffic spikes, Elementor Hosting dynamically scale resources so your site doesn't crash. So a cost comparison between Elementor Hosting and standard hosting, if you were to pay separately for all these add-ons, you would likely spend more than Elementor Hosting costs. So it is actually a very good deal for serious website owners. Myth number two, it cannot handle high traffic. That is false. So one of the biggest concerns with managed hosting is scalability, but Elementor Hosting is designed to handle growth efficiently. So let's break it down even further. Yeah, they are using Google Cloud powered infrastructure. Unlike many hosts that use outdated shared servers, Elementor Hosting leverages Google Cloud's high performance network. So they use primarily Google Cloud data center in Belgium, ideal for European based traffic. Yeah, and the Cloud Enterprise CDN distributes content across over 280 plus global locations, reducing load times worldwide. What else do you want, right? That is all we need. And if you are a web developer, and you will know what this means, its auto-scaling is done with Kubernetes. So I'm not going to get into it. I'm not going to explain it because it might be too much for a web designer, but you can Google it or ChatGPT it. So basically, it automatically allocates more server resources during traffic surges. That's all you need. So your hosting scales with traffic. Yeah, the more traffic you have, the more it scales, grows to accommodate, and it ensures that your site remains stable and fast even if you suddenly get viral traffic, right? They also have server level optimization and advanced ng-based caching for ultra fast loading. They also have optimized PHP configurations to reduce server load and increase performance. There will be no need for extra plugins. Performance is already built in. How amazing is that? So the reality is that while Elementor Hosting isn't a solution for ultra high traffic enterprise sites, it's more than capable of handling small to medium businesses, agencies, e-commerce stores, and content-heavy blogs. And if you outgrow the included resources, Elementor offers higher tier hosting plans with increased bandwidth and storage. Myth number three, you are stuck with Elementor. That is further from the truth. Many people assume that using Elementor hosting means you're locked into Elementor with no flexibility. Elementor hosting runs on WordPress. Yeah, meaning that you can install any plugin that you can think of. So let's say WooCommerce. Yeah, you can build an e-commerce site, as we said earlier. ACF and different custom post types, and to extend the functionality of your website or the layout of your website, which we do here sometimes. Payment gateways like Stripe, like PayPal, third-party plugins to enhance the performance of the website, and so on and so forth. And I'm just mentioning a few here because you can do everything that you can think of on Elementor Hosting You are not limited by far. Also, if you are a developer and you are into this or you need to do this, there's PHP and server customization. So unlike some managed hosts that restrict code modifications, Elementor Hosting lets you do that. So you can modify the PHP settings, for example, via the dashboard, use code snippets to enhance the functionality of the website, which we sometimes do, install third-party plugins to extend the site functionality. As I said earlier, there's even more flexibility for developers. You have access to SFTP and database. You can manage the files exactly from there. WCLI support. You can run commands from the terminal. You can use version control. You can use Git. You can use Git-based deployment workflows. So the bottom line is that you are not forced to use only Elementor widgets. You can integrate custom plugins, scripts, and functionality just like you would do with any other WordPress site. The hosting is optimized for Elementor, but it does not limit your site's capabilities. Myth number 4. It's only for beginners. Many assume that Elementor hosting is just for beginners, but that couldn't be further from the truth. It supports advanced developer tools as well. As I said earlier, you can manage your site from the command line. You can securely upload and edit files, so you have SFTP access, as I said again earlier. You can add custom code, add custom functionality, hooks, and scripts tailored for your website exactly how you need it. Whether you're a developer or an advanced user, Elementor gives you the flexibility to build without limits. And the last one, number 5, you cannot use custom code. That is false. As I said earlier, you can. And I don't know who said this, but do you think that Elementor hosting locks you into a no-code environment? Yes. To start with, Elementor is a no-code tool. But if you want to add on top of it, you can. And you're not limited. You can freely add CSS customization, which we do quite a lot on here. JavaScript, GSAP, again, we do so much of that here. And yes, it's Elementor Pro that we use. Sometimes we also use Elementor hosting, and you've seen that it works just as with Elementor on another hosting. Custom PHP via code snippets or function.php. You can extend the functionality of your site just like with any other hosting. Your creativity is not restricted. You can make your site as dynamic as interactive as you want. I hope that helped, and let me know if you need more clarifications or more help in that direction. If you'd like to see what else you can build with Elementor, watch this playlist here or here. And if you have gotten any value out of this video, please consider subscribing, liking, and sharing this video, and I'll see you next time.